Good evening and welcome back to another episode of Hen Sport Night. Alongside Carson Green, I'm Victoria Delano and this is Season 7, Episode 2. Let's start with some UD sports teams updates. The University of Delaware women's hockey team played their first 2 games this past weekend against LIU at the Fred Rust Ice Arena. This is the start of their first season in the College Hockey America.
Next, our very own football team is coming off a bye week and takes on Western Kentucky this Friday here at home. They are currently 3-1 in their first season at the FBS level. Friday night will be a big test to see where the Blue Hens stand in the CUSA. So make sure you flood the tub, cheer them on, roll Hens.
Now into UD men's soccer, where they're having an incredible season with a record of 9 wins, 0 losses, and 1 tie. The best start to a season in the program's past 100 years history. The Blue Hens remain one of just 6 teams in the nation without a loss throughout the 8 games or more.
Now let's switch it to women's soccer, where they are also having an amazing start to the season with a record of 8 wins, 1 loss, and 3 ties. Special shout out to freshman goalkeeper Sophia Hall for winning Goalkeeper of the Week 2 weeks ago. They take on Missouri State this Sunday, October 5th over there. Go Blue Hens.
Lastly, for our UD sports update, the field hockey team has fallen a bit short their last game against Ohio State, but they're looking to bounce back from it when they take on Towson Tigers this Friday, October 3rd at Towson. They currently have a record of 4 wins and 6 losses.
In other college football news, the Oregon Ducks played the villain to move 5-0, spoiling Penn State's whiteout night in a double overtime heartbreaker. Penn State came into the game with a 6-game win streak during the whiteout nights. Couldn't get it done this time.
Alabama ends the longest active home winning streak in college football with an upset over number 5 Georgia Bulldogs. Alabama was having some critics after falling short to Florida State in the season opener, but Alabama used those critics as fuel to deliver against Georgia.
In the NFL, the Cowboys and Packers made history with their matchup, ending in the second highest scoring tie ever with a 40-40 scoreline. During halftime of the game, it was announced that Bad Bunny will be headlining this year's Super Bowl halftime show.
The postseason field is set for October baseball. The wild card is especially exciting as one of the best rivalries in sports. Yankees take on the Red Sox, and they are currently underway. The other matchup in the AL is the Guardians hosting the Tigers. In the NL, the Dodgers will face the Reds in Los Angeles, and the Cubs will face the Padres in Chicago. More on MLB later in the show. Last, but certainly not least, just want to congratulate Europe for winning the Ryder Cup this past Sunday. More on golf later in the show as well. That's all from us at Desk Updates, and now let's hand it over to Alan and the cast as they play PK, free kick, and corner kick.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the HSN Punt, Pass, and Kick Soccer Edition. I'm Anthony here with Alan, Angel, our goalkeeper, and Fritz, and today we'll be getting 3 attempts to score a penalty kick, a free kick, and a corner kick. Considering Fritz scored that corner kick, and Fritz and I are now tied, we are in a sudden death penalty shootout. Unfortunately, Alan, you did not make it to the shootout, but thank you for trying.
Appreciate y'all.
And Angel, you ready?
Sudden death, go!
That's all from us. On to the Ryder Cup.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to HSN Episode 2. This time, we're doing something that we don't really get to do that often on HSN. It's talk about golf. So recently, the Ryder Cup happened, and we're, as fans of golf, we wanted to give it its fair representation on the show. So USA performed against Europe, and, well, it went about as we expected it to go. USA kind of got dunked on, was really rough. Did make a comeback at the end, but too little too late. But to highlight more about how the individuals performed, we're going to go by each of us and kind of talk about a golfer. So I'll start with you, Ellie.
Okay, I'm going to talk about how Scottie Scheffler did not perform. #1 golfer in the world, and he just gave us nothing this weekend, and I thought that was really disappointing. So, I don't know. I think he's just I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about the guy who he played against in the singles matches on Sunday, and that is Rory McIlroy. Rory, he had some altercations with the fans, and then he showed his competitive side, competitive aspect, and what we all love to see out of Rory. Performing very well, but at the end of the day, got beat by Scottie Scheffler, but reached the end goal of winning for Team Europe.
My guy was more talking to other players rather than the fans. Bryson DeChambeau, he gave the Americans the only spark, but in the beginning. But Bryson DeChambeau was my guy this weekend.
I mean, look, DeChambeau trying to beat the allegations of being a YouTube golfer, did it at the start, but then kind of, my thing's always been with DeChambeau, when he can really channel that energy, it's great, but sometimes he loses focus. And so the guy I'm highlighting is Tommy Fleetwood, kind of played against him, kind of jawed back and forth, but Tommy locked in. He said, I'm not going to listen to the noise. I'm going to play my golf and do what I need to do to bring home the Ryder Cup for Team Europe. But, here's the thing. As the players were talking about how they performed, but there was a lot of noise from the crowd, too. So let's go. Mike, you kind of had a take that you enjoyed the intensity.
Absolutely. That's what we all love to see as sports fans in general. You love seeing that the players care and that the fans care even more sometimes. The fans, they had some words for, they weren't acting as appropriately as they should have been. We heard stories about drinks thrown at Rory McIlroy's wife, which is obviously not what you want to see. But on the course, we had some altercations between DeChambeau and Fleetwood and the caddy, and then just the overall energy of the whole Ryder Cup. Players showing that emotion after big putts and stuff was really fun to watch.
Speaking of big putts, Ellie?
Justin Rose putt. Let's talk about it, because he walked in his putt. That's pretty tough. That's pretty impressive to watch that.
I mean, I did that the other day, but the putt was from about a foot away, and I acted like I just won the Masters with that putt. I mean, look, the thing is, and we kind of talked a lot about this earlier today, was there's a good level, and I know, it reminded you of, USA versus Canada, so kind of talk to me about your perspective on the energy of the crowd.
So the crowd was energetic and great, and what I saw in that was the USA hockey rivalry against the Canadians, but also I kind of saw it coming a little bit with the new movie Happy Gilmore 2, of how crazy the energy was there. I feel like that was a good introduction to what the Ryder Cup was going to be and how crazy the atmosphere was going to be.
You know what? And I like that take. I think it's interesting. I don't think my grandpa would be very happy with the Ryder Cup being compared to Happy Gilmore, because we got to think about the foundations of golf. It's kind of this gentleman's sport. You're kind of relaxing. You need to be calm, and it used to be you're dead silent.
Well, it's changing in America.
And it lands, and it's a little great shot. They call it a golf clap for that reason, guys. It shouldn't be that way, in my opinion. But you know what? I like to see Rory kind of, instead of getting down in the moment and being grumpy and upset about it, obviously feel for him and his family. That's terrible. That shouldn't happen. You should feel safe to go to a golf tournament with and watch your family, support your family. But he channeled that energy and really performed and showed why Team Europe deserved the Ryder Cup. I think they probably repeat next year. I think they're ahead of us in the golf world. But you like to see us improve and grow over time. So thank you guys for listening to us talk about golf. We hope to bring it back at a later date. But now we're going to everybody's favorite boys talking about prime time.
It's prime time. It is. It's prime time. James, what time is it?
It's prime time.
It's prime time. We're back. First prime time of the semester, of season 7. We're unks at this point.
We are unks, Soon you're going to be graduating, There's a lot of things that got to be figured out with this Hall of Fame and whatnot. But let's get down to business to defeat the Huns.
And first, I want to talk about the unk in Indiana. Unkiana Jones.
Unkiana.
I mean,
why are you calling him? Dude, it's just.
He's 27.
It's
he's unk.
Daniel.
The definition of unk.
It is Daniel.
To you, real quick, before we go into football, how old do you have to be considered unk?
Bro, you have to be minimum like 40.
I go 21 over. But now to Daniel Jones. I mean, who saw this coming? This guy is playing like an MVP candidate.
You know who saw it coming? Jim Irsay before he died. R.I.P. I think he saw this coming. He knew the potential that was in Daniel. Okay, he said, hey, that idiot down in frickin' New York, he doesn't know what the heck he's doing. This guy's got talent, You know who else New York let go, Mendy? Besides Daniel? Saquon, right? So New York just can't evaluate talent, okay? It's just a simple fact. When you have a good player, you don't let him go.
Here, but this is my thing. Saquon Barkley, okay, I get understand and go. Like Daniel Jones, like Saquon Barkley, he left. Yes, I feel good for him. The story, he wins with Eagles. I'm a Giants fan. I should feel sad, but I'm praying for Daniel Jones' downfall. I can't stand this guy. Like, when I look at his face, I just want to cringe and I want to punch him. Like, why do you have to be so good? We pay you $40 million. You robbed $120 million from us. You robbed 7+ years of my childhood. And now you decide to be good at football, Daniel? Huh? Yeah, I'm looking at you. I know you're looking at me.
Yeah.
And do you know who's got the it factor?
Who
has the it factor? Who? Jackson, Luke, Skywalker, Dart. Dot, 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 dot. You want to know what his cadence is?
That's his cadence.
No, you want to know his cadence?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Can you hard clap? Can you hard count for me?
Red 18.
No. I don't want to hear anything out of your mouth. Give me your best clap right now.
That was crisp.
You want to know his new? You want to know his new cadence though?
Wendy, I'm feeling something. New
day rocks.
New day rocks.
You want to know his new cadence though? Got to stand up. Red 18. Red 18. Double set. Go.
That's it.
That's it.
There's no
clap. It's now.
There's no fake.
I don't know if he's gonna do Red 18.
You don't step in Omo.
No. So the new one, it's color number, double set, go.
Wow. I'm thinking to myself, you guys play the Chargers this weekend. You do. How is Jackson going to survive?
Listen, Justin Herbert, everybody's talking about, oh my God, this guy's the greatest quarterback ever since dating Madison Beer.
Yeah, he is.
No.
Bro,
when Madison Beer watches this game, she's gonna have her eyes on one man only, number 6. The best looking guy on the field, Jackson Dart. And on Sunday at 4:05 p.m. in the Meadowlands, Jackson Dart is going to outduel Justin Herbert and he will win the Giants the game. The best team in the NFL. 3, 2, 1. Bills.
Eagles.
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 Bills.
The Eagles.
Bills.
Eagles.
Bills.
Eagles.
Bills.
Eagles.
I swear, Bills.
I swear it's the Eagles.
I'm actually going to come across this table and punch you in the face. Do not do that to me.
Yeah.
Do not do that. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
I'm flying at you.
I will actually. I will get up. You never could cock me. You're not even an Eagles fan. You think. Oh, in
Hello everyone and welcome to the UD Women's Sports segment. My name is Ava and I'm here today with Mia, Katie, and Leah. Over the past few years, women's sports have seen a remarkable rise in popularity, with numerous leagues setting new records and drawing larger crowds than ever before.
Luckily, UD has provided us with many talented teams and players that are worth highlighting. Today, we'll be discussing all things Delaware women's sports from our biggest wins to upcoming games. Now I'll hand it over to Katie to start us off with women's ice hockey.
The women's ice hockey team has officially kicked off their inaugural season in college hockey and has named their first ever set of captains. Graduate student forward Caitlin Finnegan from Kansas and senior defense Tiana McIntyre from Park City, Utah. They will be the first Blue Hens to don the captain's C, while juniors Maddie Robertser and Danica Mark will serve as alternate captains for the team. The team unfortunately lost their inaugural game to Long Island University 4-1, but the program's first goal was scored by Francesca Baresi in the third period. They are currently 0-2 on their first season, and their next game is this Saturday, October 4th at 2:00 p.m. against Holy Cross University right here in Newark.
Thank you, Katie, for the ice hockey updates. Now let's dive into Delaware's women's volleyball. The team is led by Coach Kimberly Lambert, and so far the team is starting off the young season 3-8. The Blue Hens are 0-2 in their conference with a 2-game losing streak. At home, the team is 3-4 while having an away record of 0-2. What do the Blue Hens have in store for the future? Coming up, the Hens take on LA Tech in Ruston, Louisiana this Friday, October 3rd. Make sure to tune in.
Thanks, Leah, for the update on UD volleyball. Now let's shift our focus to the UD field hockey team. Like desk updates mentioned, their record is currently fairly balanced, sitting at 4 wins and 6 losses. Senior Iris Becker and graduate student Alexa Mitchelson have been key contributors to the team this season. Alexa currently leads the Blue Hens in goals with an impressive total of 5. Becker, known for her strong presence on the field, started all 22 games last season and is poised for another standout performance this year. Meanwhile, goalkeepers Christy Mearshoff and Gabby Prentice made history as the Delaware's first duo to record shutouts in the same season since 2018. Up next, the team will travel to take on Towson on October 3rd.
Now into women's soccer. The Delaware women's soccer team has a record of 8 wins, 1 loss, and 3 ties. Junior forward Maddie Groh currently leads the team in assists and points. Groh had an exciting game-winning goal against Wilma Mary on September 12th. This Delaware women's soccer team has been absolutely electrifying to watch, and their team chemistry has been crucial to their success. Make sure to catch the women's soccer team in action for their next game against Missouri State on October 5th. So to kind of wrap things up, what has been everyone's favorite women's sports to watch either at UD or on TV?
I think for me, definitely it is college gymnastics. The electric environment that is in each arena is insane, and just watching how each team just cheers on each of their teammates, it is just a cool experience, and it is very cool to experience in person too, if you can. So highly suggest.
I have to go with field hockey. I've gotten the chance to work a few Delaware field hockey games, and while the 2 that I've worked haven't necessarily gone their way, they've been incredible competition. The first game I worked was Northwestern, which obviously they're just coming off a national championship. They have that stamina and they have that momentum to carry them forward, as well as Ohio State, which is, again, a Big Ten powerhouse in so many sports. So just getting to see that level of competition in Newark was really cool.
Yeah, I probably have to agree with women's gymnastics. I've always loved to watch the Olympics and see Simone Biles. Every year she's the GOAT. And my mom also did gymnastics when she was younger. So even though all the women there are small, they're definitely mighty in their sport.
I would say NCAA volleyball. The finals last year was insane. I watched it through the phone and I felt like I was there. It was just, the atmosphere was crazy. Yeah. I just loved it.
And I think it's worth mentioning Dancing with the Stars. That has been such a popular show lately. So
I've been waiting to talk about this. My 2 favorite duos right now are Alex and Val, and Whitney and Robert. And I think Robert's kind of a fan favorite. I can't speak for everybody, but I can speak for everybody, and Robert Irwin is going to win. But what are you guys' favorite duos right now?
I would say the same. I like Alex, and I also like Whitney from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Hot take.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also a fan of Robert and Whitney, and Alex and Val, and I think we just have to mention Jordan Childs too. I mean,
of course,
gymnastics Olympic champion, so I think we got to mention her too, and she's been doing pretty good. So, and she's very fun to watch, especially since she's a queen of the floor.
100%.
Well, that was a very exciting segment, and that's all we have for you today. So let's hand it over to our NBA cartoon draft with Anthony and some of our cast members.
Hello everyone, we are back with another fantasy draft, and this time we're making NBA starting 5s with cartoon characters. I'm Anthony Calvanese, here with Sabine and Dylan.
You know, I'm going to start with my first pick. We're going to start at the power forward position. I'm kind of craving that position right now. I'm going to start. Look, it's a little bit of a questionable pick. You might be wondering, Dylan, what's wrong with you? I'm going with Lightning McQueen. I think Lightning McQueen has the speed. There's no question about it. He's, how many Piston Cups that man can win, or that car, whatever you want to call him. That guy can run around, get the ball, and he can shoot from a distance.
I have a genuine question for you. You went
Yeah,
with
what's up?
the one that doesn't have arms over Mater, who has at least he has a hook. So for my first pick, the biggest pick of the draft, I'm going with the Iron Giant at center.
Whoa!
Center is the tallest center in the league, probably. Try and come up with something better.
I'm going with my small forward first, and I am doing the Tasmanian Devil. The Tasmanian Devil has freaking power, speed, and everything in between. He is me, I am him. He is going to be incredible. My power forward, and I'm going with Goofy from Mickey Mouse. Goofy has tall. He's so tall. Hot dog, hot diggity dog.
I think he's like a Joel Embiid. He'll be on the court when he is, but when he isn't, he's not going to be on for a while.
Shooting guard. The man might not be doing the Shador with his watch, but his watch has the power to turn him into aliens. Ben Tennyson. Look, he can become anything. He can become fast. He can become strong.
And then you have to figure out the rules of the NBA. I didn't really see much of the combine. I just heard of him. I've seen him in many other places other than the combine. I've seen him at your local fast food chains. But my center, it's that big purple blob from McDonald's, Mr. Grimace himself. That man is locking down the court. He has his, special milkshake. This point guard, however, trumps them all. Give me Snoopy.
At my small forward, with the MVP of Space Jam 2, Wile E. Coyote. I mean, he built that machine. I mean, he put all the basketballs in it and it duplicated, and he was the sole reason that they came back in Space Jam 2.
Okay, I am picking my center. This guy's got some height on him, is all I'll say, all right? He can get tall, okay? And I am picking the Wiggler from Mario Kart, or Mario.
Not to be the NBA rule follower here, as I've asserted myself or cemented myself, if you will.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
People over. It's not allowed.
Time out. Anger's a part of the game, but how well did anger work for Dylan Brooks?
I'm going with the man who fights wars and helps for our people. I'm going with Captain America, right? Yeah.
No Family Guy X edit for that one. I think that one's got the green light. My great point guard is Kermit the Frog, the best, the Muppet. Kermit the Frog is my point guard.
So for my fourth pick, we're going to the small forward department. Give me the Pillsbury Doughboy. What? Okay, so my final pick of the draft, we're going for a shooting guard.
If I really wanted to be a terrible person, I could just go pick Blastoise at my next pick, and your Charizard would kind of be screwed. My power forward to complement the Iron Giant, I must go with Donkey Kong.
Okay.
I'm enjoying the silence.
You like that?
We're silently judging.
You like that pick? You like that? You like that? You like that? You like that?
My final pick is my shooting guard. This guy, he's going to wrap it up, and he's going to make my team a game, okay? You could say that you guys might wish you had him. I am picking Genie from Aladdin as my shooting guard.
So wait. If Donkey Kong rubs his lamp, do we get to use wishes?
No. The coach has the lamp, okay?
So there's a lot. Okay, so now, look, the rule book might be out the window at this point.
Done!
You
are not the commissioner! You are fired! All that matters is the viewers' opinions. So comment in the YouTube live stream, comment down below on the Instagrams, on the YouTube video when it gets posted, and let us know which team's the best. Thank you all for watching. Now on to some MLB playoff talk.
Welcome to the 2025 Major League Baseball postseason coverage. The wild card round is already underway as of today, and we have a really good look at who's in, who is out, and who's going to put their all in this October.
Yeah, so started earlier today. We had all 4 wild card games happen today. Game 1. Yeah. Earlier we saw the Cubs beat the Padres, and we had the Tigers beat the Guardians. Yankees Red Sox underway right now, going into the 9th inning, 1-run game. So we'll see how that ends very shortly. But what do you guys think of the game so far today?
Yeah, big Cubs win.
Absolutely.
Really good with that one. I'm excited to see how the Yankees, if they pull through or not.
Yeah, live update is currently 3-1.
Oh, it's 3-1 now.
Yeah, we had a little score change. Yeah, fun to see. I mean, obviously, you can't deny like the Yankees and Red Sox in the postseason. That's baseball's best rivalry, and it's just really fun to watch. Later tonight, you got the Dodgers facing a very surprising Cincinnati Reds team.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah. Did not expect to see them there after the
They
Mets.
clinched that later.
The Mets absolute collapsed. Not
was
ideal for
crazy.
them, but we are going to see an exciting Reds team in the playoffs. They have a tall task playing the Dodgers, but the winner of that series will then move on to play the Phillies in the divisional round.
Yeah, I'm excited for that series.
Yeah, so do you guys have any predictions on what will happen in the rest of the wild card series? Or do you have any tonight predictions for the Dodgers and Reds?
I think we'd all be a little shocked if the Reds pull out a series winner, but it's only 3 games. Anything could happen. Let's skip right ahead to go straight to the championship, the World Series. Who is beating who and in how many games?
You know, I think it's going to be a Phillies-Blue Jays World Series. I think the Phillies are going to take it in 6. Go Phils. But I think they both have really good power hitters and stacked lineups, so I think it'll be a close one there. But
Yeah, personally, looking at the World Series, there are a lot of really good choices. One that I would go with is I also have the Phillies in there. I think they have a stacked lineup, and even if Wheeler is out for the postseason, they have a really, really good rotation.
yeah.
And in the AL, I'm taking the Mariners. I think the Mariners they're a team built for this. And I know it's weird to say about the Mariners, knowing that they haven't had much postseason success, but I think finally this is their year. They have a great lineup, phenomenal bullpen. I think we could see some pretty fun things happen in Seattle, and I personally have Seattle winning it all. Getting their first
That would
ring.
be a good series.
I
It would
think
be
that's
fun.
fair enough. They're my pick to make it to the World Series. I also have potential first-time champion Brewers,
That would be
Mariners,
fun.
Brewers in the World Series.
That would be a good one.
I am going to take the Brewers, but I would love to see a Mariners win. That would be really, really exciting. They've had some bad times for the last, 50, 60 years, so it'd be nice for them to get something.
Well, so have the Brewers. I mean, Devin Williams, as you might know.
Lose trade.
Yeah. Rough deal all around. Actually, they got Durbin out of it, so that is a plus for them. I don't know if we could call it a lose-lose, but Cortez.
Yeah, I was thinking of Nestor there.
Nestor was very bad.
Yeah, let's move away from the
that.
bad
Let's talk
players.
about
What about the
great
good players?
Good players.
American League MVP. It's Aaron Judge and it's Cal Raleigh. Who you got?
You know, as much as you hate to hear this, I think it's going to be Cal Raleigh, just because he's just the guy to pick this year. He's the underrated player there, and I'd choose him personally.
Yeah, so personally looking at it, I believe that who deserves to win, I think personally Judge slightly over just because of the offensive numbers.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about who I think is going to win, I think voter fatigue is a very real thing. I think Cal Raleigh probably just ends up winning it just because they're going to get tired of voting for Judge. We saw it happen in every other sport this year. Voter fatigue is sadly real.
It happens, but I think Judge has just edged him a bit more than that. I think Judge is going to win the 3rd MVP. We saw them give Barry Bonds 7, so I think Judge has it.
Yeah, all really good players.
All very good players. And thank you all for coming with us tonight. We would love to see you guys in 2 weeks, and we will see you then.